schedule update for the Colorado Georgia Tech game. But before we do that, something that went viral, I think last week, at least it did on my social media. Y'all go check out BiggDoggChico Sports Talk on Facebook. And one of the biggest things I posted was Kiyan Anthony, the son of Carmelo Anthony, getting a DNP from his coach, a do not play from his coach, right? But of course, after that, he has now responded. They just got a big win, 79-78 thriller over SMU. And the young Anthony responded with a 13-point performance off the bench, 5 of 10 shooting, showing his resilience. Let's hear what he had to say after the game.
All day, every day. So he was the first person to call me today and just told me that he was the main one telling me, stay in the gym, it's going to pay off. And I feel like I did that. And sometimes it could be hard because, me still being an 18-year-old trying to feed into the media, that's what we do is look on Instagram, look on Twitter. First time I deleted stuff like that and just kind of stayed away from everything, locked into my family, locked into my friends, and just stay ready, Well, I know the work I put in. It might not necessarily show on the next day or a day after that, but just staying positive, staying ready through it all. I could have easily shut down, curled into a ball, but I was just ready. And just stayed in the gym. Like, the gym was my safe and happy place for these last few days to a week, and nothing's gonna change. I'm gonna stay in there. That's really my best friend, so I just go to the gym whenever I can, and just staying level-headed. That's the main thing.
Young fella, showing that maturity right there. What do you think about that?
Yeah, you got to embrace the coaching, man. It's easy for us to sit back and say, oh man, how does the coach do their star player like that, their potential star player, particularly when their dad is who their dad is. But I bet you it didn't happen without that coach talking to who that dad is too. We're just not privy to it. And whatever happened, it worked. You got the young guy's attention. And what I loved about the maturity I'm saying is he learned how to stay away and off of social media and letting total strangers guide the way he thinks and acts and responds to his coaching. That was my biggest way. The 15 points, good. Getting back into the game, good. But to learn at that age and learn the hard way, and there's an old saying, Chico, that lessons learned in blood are not soon forgotten. And so the fact that he had to bleed a little bit to learn that lesson, like, this is going to be a guy that's going to go through his collegiate career, NBA career, and pay less and less attention to what somebody is tweeting about him and focus on what he knows to be the truth. Because doesn't nobody know his situation better than him and the coach.
Right. And the Coach Adrian Autry, praised his fight, talked about the win and talked about how he, sees that opportunity that he did have. But what I see some similarities in with Kiyan's response right here, I would liken it to, and then, with his father, I would liken it to Shedeur and showing that maturity right there, especially at a young age. Shedeur at Jackson State, freshman year, sophomore year, a lot of people wasn't, really familiar with how mature and how grown he was, and just showing that in the midst of adversity like this right here, and you're seeing it come out now. And I think it all goes back to, credit to his parents, mother and his father, who's been in the spotlight. And Carmelo, a Hall of Famer, just like Coach Prime is, knows how to handle this situation, can talk to his son, let him know what to expect, how to handle this, get off social media, block that out, stay focused, get in the gym. Same thing Coach Prime just gave the advice to Shedeur Sanders a week ago. Hey, man, we're not worried about the outside noise. Stay focused, do what you got to do. Get the playbook early, get in there and learn. Same thing Kiyan is doing. So big shout-outs and hand claps to the young fella Kiyan Anthony and Carmelo.
Hey, if only Manny was here, he could have hit the hand clap button.
Could have hit the hand clap button. How about this? Y'all clap it up in the chat for us. Put some hand claps in the chat. We'll let the runners do it.